Well, the games continue to get bigger. We're playing against a Missouri team that we played early in the year. They came in and did what they had to do in order to steal a win. Their guards are really dynamic. Brown and Clarkston and of course Ross is a big player for us. But I thought the guys that keyed their win here were the big kids. Williams and Ross. I thought they did. Rossborough. I thought they did a good job of really controlling the board. So it's going to be a big game. Obviously, they play well at home, and but hopefully we go in and do the things we got to do in order to try to steal one back.
Our first question is from Todd Lebo of WHB Radio in Kansas City.
Hey, Coach, can you talk a little bit about Michael Sam and what your reaction was to the SEC having the first open gay college football player?
Well, I'm not very familiar with it. I just heard about it, and not very familiar with it. But obviously we've got freedom of choice, and obviously he feels good about who he is, and I think that's the most important thing. He came out and openly admitted it, so I'm sure with him he feels a lot better about himself and who he is.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Next question is from Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hey, Bob.
I guess it's Bobby Portis' 19th birthday today. Does he seem like he's playing older than that?
I tell you what, he's a young man that could be ahead of his time. When I think about a guy like Scotty Thurman, when he came in here, he was kind of ahead of his times. But in terms of the basketball and just life in general, you listen and have a conversation with him. Tell you what, he is on top of things, and he knows what he wants out in life, and he don't mind working for it. And I think he listens, he's coachable, and he's a character kid. So it doesn't surprise me that he's in this position to have a chance to be a very special player here at the University of Arkansas.
What was the plane ride back from Nashville? I assume that was a lot nicer than the other ones. And you're talking to Kai and Mike after the game, they seemed kind of subdued. They were like, hey, like we expected to do this.
Well, I think our guys have been working hard, and so having an opportunity to get a win on the road, I'm sure for those guys it was big, but at the same time it's one of those deals. Is on to the next game. They know there's 8 more games left, and so that one's history. And now we got to get prepared we get ready to go on the road again. But the ride home was it was a short ride home coming from Nashville, and we ended up having to go to XNA, and so that made it even a little longer. But it was a good ride.
Next question is from Steve Wallentik of the Columbia, Missouri Tribune.
Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Steve.
How much do you think the road struggles had been weighing on your guys, and do you think this will help make it easier for them to play looser next time out on the road?
Well, I just hope the experience is sometimes your greatest teacher, and we've been playing pretty good. I think our guys have been competitive. We just didn't get over the hump. I mean, you look at the games that we played on the road. We've been in every game, with the exception probably the first game at A&M where we missed a lot of layups. The LSU game, we spotted them 15, and we played without 2 of our better players. So, but if you look at the other games that we've played, we've been right there in position to have a chance. Possession here and a possession there. So I think it's just a continuance, and of course once you get over that hurdle, it hopefully it instills some confidence, and so hopefully our guys will play with a lot more confidence, and as you said, that makes you go out and just relax and play.
And where have you guys been playing better? The last 3 games since you played Missouri the last time.
I think our defense has been better. I think we are. I think defense in the finishing part of defense is getting in and rebounding the basketball. I think our defense has been causing some chaos, and of course the last game we shot the ball well. I think defense has kept us in it, and now hopefully it's a sign of things really kind of coming together where we put the ball in the hole. I think Bobby gives us a presence inside, and I think we're using it. We're utilizing it inside out format, and that makes the shot a little bit easier.
Thanks.
Okay, Steve.
We have a follow-up from Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Mike, you touched on this the other day after the game, but, Bobby, after scoring 35, obviously he got a lot of defensive attention, and he only took 8 shots, didn't force it. I was wondering if you could kind of talk about how Bobby, led, and his teammates obviously were shooting better too. Just talk about how he kind of handled that.
Well, I'll tell you, Bobby, he was a facilitator. I think, going into that game, he scored 35 the night before, and he's going to be the target. And I thought, Vanderbilt really paid a lot of attention to him. And so he was one of those guys that, we still found him with the basketball, but he was able to facilitate and get the ball to other people. So he was, I guess if you wanted to say, he was like a decoy for the most part. And so our guys were able to really gather up and knock some shots down. We were able to attack the basket on Vanderbilt. And then that shows you, again, the maturity of him as a player. Most guys, they get 35 one night. Guess what? They're trying to get 35 the next night. And so, but he does whatever it takes to win, and that's a tribute to the young man.
Kevin Stone said Bobby does a lot of good things even without the ball in terms of, blocking out, screening, rebounding, getting steals, stuff like that.
He's fundamental. I think he does a lot of good things. Still want him to, be a little bit more stronger with the basketball around the basket. He's getting to the free throw lines, knocking his free throws down. He's a versatile forward, and his confidence is pretty high right now.